Hello everyone. I am Pooja Prakash and I am doing Masters in Engineering with Management Infrastructure Systems pathway at University of Bristol. I recently got a graduate civil engineer role at Mott MacDonald and today I'm going to share my journey with you all. Before this course, I did my bachelor's in civil engineering from India, and then I worked for a year and a half with Autodesk where I grew special interest for management side of things. Soon after that, I started looking for courses which combined engineering with management, and this course did exactly that. I was very excited when I looked into the details of the course because it had a very good balance between business and engineering. And for someone like me who is very new to business side of things, the course gave a very good insights about management concepts and frameworks. And I jumped into the opportunity of getting to the course. And also, University of Bristol is a very reputed university and ranks very high based on its research and academics. So it was really a very good opportunity. The units in the courses were very well planned and structured. The pathway units which we had, they drew from the subjects which we had already learned in undergrad and built upon them. So it was really interesting to understand the industry applications of those concepts. Engineering design technology is one of the most interesting courses which we had because it was about the philosophy of design and the tools and techniques which we learned. We also got to apply them in the Global Challenge project, which I'll talk about more later. And strategic business management was one of the courses I was looking forward to because, as I mentioned before, I'm very new to the business side of things. So it was really good to learn these concepts and the basics. Now I feel confident enough to understand business models of companies and all of that when I come across them. And also we had very good guest speakers who came in from very high ranked companies that gave us a lot of exposure and understanding into how these companies actually work. So all the other courses we had also had very relevant tools and techniques such as the uncertainty and risk management. I recently got to use the risk analysis tools in one of my projects. So it is good when you are asked to do a task and you're familiar with the tools. That gives you little extra confidence that you're going in the right path. Now I'm going to talk about my favorite part of the course, which is the Global Challenge project. As the name suggests, it is one of the big projects in the course, which combines three different modules, which are engineering design technology, strategic business management, uncertainty and risk management. So it is a combined assessment for all the three modules, which also gives you a consultancy-like feel because each group has to act like a consultancy and write a report to the city council. It also tests your team skills. You'll have to work with a group and submit a group report. So you get a lot of soft skills and technical skills while working on this project. And we were asked to come up with a low carbon solution to improve the city's transportation. So that was really interesting. We got to analyze different cities, pick our city and address a real-time scenario, which challenged us to come up with engineering solutions and management aspects to make a business out of the solution. It was really interesting to work with people from different backgrounds as well, and I really enjoyed working with my team. The teaching staff are actually the backbone of the course because they are always there to help you with your queries, either about the course or about finding jobs or any personal queries you have, which is really helpful because I remember bugging teachers about queries regarding companies when I was looking through jobs. That was really helpful for me. And we also had a lot of interesting discussions after classes. So me and my friends used to stay up and discuss about topics which were slightly not related to the subject taught in the class, but the discussions turned out to be very interesting as well. Workshops were conducted for us, which were about academic writing and also employability skills that proved to be really helpful. We were also given a framework to assess our skills and kind of track how we have progressed throughout the course. That really gives you a good idea of where you're standing and where you need to be if you need to achieve your goal. And it also gives you a good guideline of what are the skills you can use while writing your application for jobs as well. So that was really useful for me, especially when I was giving my interview, because I could draw from that skill framework and I already had a set example of what are the examples I can use. What I did for my job was job search was that I used LinkedIn a lot when I was trying to find out different companies which had positions which I am looking for. And through LinkedIn, you can also interact with people who are currently working in their company and get real-time data from them. The other thing which was really useful for me was attending career fairs organized by the career services in the uni, because there are representatives from different firms and you get to talk to them, ask them any query you have and get answer directly from them. You don't have to wait for them to reply to your mail or something. So this is a very good chance for networking and to get your queries answered. The employability workshop, which I mentioned before, was also very useful because there's a chance to get your resume checked. That really proved useful for me. I got my resume checked by one of the staff there, and he really gave me good pointers of what works and what does not work, especially being a international student. There are certain changes you need to make based on the country you're applying for. So those kind of insights you get by talking to them, and they point you towards the right direction as well. I recently started working on a project which deals with the design of a water treatment plant, and I found a lot of tools which I have learned in the course being used in a daily basis. And it is more good, and I have a little bit more confidence because the GCP, the Global Challenge Project, it built a similar environment where we get to do that, where we apply tools for a real-time project. But that was in a classroom environment and feedback was given. So that kind of was the practice round, and now I get to apply those in a real-time project, which really has been very useful for me. I found myself to be more familiarized with those tools. And other than the technical skills, the soft skills also come in handy, because during the course you get a chance to work with people of different backgrounds, and also how to adjust your work schedule to get a combined benefit from the team. That also comes in handy when you're working at a firm. The other thing was talking about my projects and interviews. So as I mentioned, the projects such as Global Challenge one, it gives you not only technical but also soft skills, and it's a really good opportunity for you to talk about that in your interviews. And that really got me a lot of good responses when I used it in my interview. So talking about skills you gained through the course in interviews always helps. That said, this experience also adds on to your life skills. In my case, I moved to a totally different country, became more independent, met a lot of people, gained new experiences which I will cherish forever. The journey so far has been great for me, and I've got a lot of wonderful experiences. So finally, I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope you get what you're looking for. Thank you.